Accrual accounting, yes, this is what we are studying, and now this is the time to learn about advance income, the income that we have received in advance, which does not belong to the current reporting period, and that will never be taken as an income for the period. It is also known as unearned income, and this is the income that we recognize as a liability in the balance sheet. So let's see that how we account for this income which we have received in advance. And again, we will learn two methods, one account method and the two account method. In one account method, we will be preparing only one ledger account, which will be catering to the income thing as well as its reciprocal liability. So let's see what we learn in this practice question, that rent is received quarterly in advance and our reporting period is 12 months starting from 1st January X9 to 31st December X9. And when we say X9, this is falling in our year. And these are the months that we will bracket like this, which belong to our reporting year. And when we have put bracket or box around this payment, you see that there should be a box around these also. Okay, this is what we have received during the period. So let's see working. So this is what we have received during the period, cash received, which is 40,000, which should be adjusted with opening advance and closing advance. And here we go. Opening advance we will work out through this 9,000, in which 1 month belongs to our reporting period, and here we go, 3,000 that belongs to our current period, that's why we add this. And for closing advance, what we do, yes, it is falling in this 10,500, only this 1 month is paid or received in advance. So here we calculate this, 10,500 for 1 month, it is 3,500, subtract it, we will get 39,500 as our income for the period. So let's see one account method. We will prepare only one ledger account, which is unearned or advance rent. Its opening balance, since its credit in nature, will be placed over here. Closing balance will be placed over here. And when we receive cash, you know, cash account debit, and unearned or advance rent income account would be credited. Advance rent account, we will call it, we will not call it income account. Advance rent received. Okay. So 40,000 debit and credit, we are giving this figure over here that we have received cash. And then after balancing this account, 39,500 will be taken to profit or loss. So rent, unearned advance rent account would be debited and profit or loss account will be credited over here, so that this account is closed and its closing balances are taken to the balance sheet. Well, in the two account method, what we see? Yes, now you are expert for two account method as well. Because in two account method, we will be preparing one income account and the second one, it's reciprocal liability account. Okay, let's see that how this practice question helps us to learn this concept. Again, 2009, box it. 2009 thing, box it. And this 2009 months are here. Okay, so its working is quite clear to us now, that this is the amount 40,000 received, and this is the adjustment of opening advance and closing advance. Final figure is this, but this is what we have to learn, that how these two accounts will be appearing now. Opening balance will be brought forward in the credit side since this advance rent will be in the nature of liability. Okay. Why liability? Because we have received it, but it does not belong to our reporting period. Therefore, this receipt is our liability. We have to enjoy this income in the next accounting period. Okay. So this will be liability for this period. You can say like this. Well, so opening balance, and this is the amount of cash received. When we receive cash, we debit cash, okay, and credit rent income with this 40,000. Just see this 40,000 cash received, we are putting in the credit side of rent income. Just see, rent income credit, so credit rent income, okay. The next thing is that this 3,000 will be closed in the income because now it is our income. It was received in the previous year, but it belongs to our current year. So it is our income. What we will do, debit advance rent and credit income. Here we go, debit advance rent and credit rent income. So rent income account will be credited like this. Well, and next is that rent income debit and advance rent that we have received in this year. So rent income account debit and advance rent will be credited 3,500, and when we will balance it out, its carry forward balance, which is the credit balance, will be taken to the balance sheet, and when we will balance out this income account, its balancing figure will be taken to profit or loss, 39,500 with the closing entry. Rent income account will be debited to close this income and credited to profit or loss. And here we go. Now I trust that you are expert for this accrual debit and credit concept, and its calculation and its techniques are in your control. Now you are confident. No more fear, no more tension. But let's discuss its ITTRs. Finally, that for two account method in this income account and its reciprocal liability account, what we see that opening balance is brought forward and closing balances carry forward in advance rent account will be appearing over there. These will never be now appearing in the income account, whereas the income account will be closed into the income statement. Well, under this one account method, what we do, that separate ledger account for income is not maintained. Okay, only one ledger account is maintained, and the balancing figure is closed in the income statement because that one ledger account is catching to the income nature as well as its liability nature. And the closing balance, since it is a liability as well, its closing balance will be taken to the balance sheet as a liability. So that's it. Thank you very much. For the next module, we will be learning new things.